It is officially fall now, so I thought I would share my reading list for the next 3 months, this autumn season. Autumn is my favorite time of year to read anyway, so I'm very hopeful that the next 3 months can pull me out of my 2025 reading slump. So, yeah, to get started right now, I am reading The Wolf King by Lauren Palfreyman. Really good. I'm not normally a werewolf girly, but this is very good, very intriguing. I love the politics and the world building. The FMC is really well written as well. She falls into a lot of tropes I wouldn't normally like, but I think she's really well written, and I'm excited to get to the end of that book. I'm about 70% of the way through. Right now it's looking like a 5-star read, but we'll see if something drastic happens in the last 70 pages or so. If I can manage to finish The Wolf King within the next couple days, I only have like 4 days left in September, but if I can finish it tonight or tomorrow, then I would really love to, I have to reach, hang on. I would really love to finish this book by the end of or by the start of October. So Blood Moon by Brittany S. Lewis. This is Vampire Diaries, Twilight, vampires, werewolves, hybrids. I've been looking forward to this book basically the whole year since I heard about it. And yeah, so I really want to dive into this. I would love to finish it before October. I think it'll be a pretty fast read. So like I said, if I finish Wolf King within the next couple days, I'm going to try and get through this before October starts. Because in October, I'm going to be doing the This Witch Reads challenge on Instagram. So it's basically a kind of a bingo board that has different prompts. The prompts are all like tropes or themes, and you pick from your TBR books that suit those prompts. So everybody's prompt list or everybody's reading list is going to look different. I think it's a really cool way to do a reading challenge instead of like dictating which books everybody's going to be reading. You kind of get to choose your own adventure a little bit. So yeah, my list for that, I'm going to look over here. My computer's over here with the list. There's no way I could have memorized all of these. So for the prompts, the books I chose are Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli, Direbound by Sable Sorensen, Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher, The Maiden and Her Monster by Maddie Martinez, One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden, Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. And so all of those I'm going to be reading digitally. And then I have my physical books, my physical TBR for the challenge right here. So also have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, and A Treachery of Swans by A.B. Pornick. So those are my physical books for the This Witch Reads challenge. I am a mood reader, so it is possible that I will swap some of those out throughout the month, but I chose my books based on kind of the highest priority books in my TBR anyway. So all of those would have been ones that I wanted to get through in autumn or winter of this year. So just kind of trying to get through as many as I can in October. So yeah, so I might swap some of them out if I decide or I find another one that suits the prompt that I would rather read more. If I am swapping any out, it'll probably be for sequels of books that I've already read. So for instance, I'm currently reading Wolf King, and if I continue to like it as much as I think I will, then I would also really love to read The Night Prince, which is the sequel, as soon as possible. And then also Ever Queen is coming out late September, which is the sequel to Ever King. Also really want to read that. And then also Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, which is the sequel to The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Also really want to read that soon. So those are probably the most likely ones that I would try and slip into the challenge if I decide to. But other books that I want to read for fall, I want to try and get through Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. I actually started it a while ago, but I just haven't actually gotten through it. No fault of the book. I'm just such a mood reader that if something isn't clicking, I'm just not doing it. So want to try and get through that. On Wings of Blood by Briar Bolin, I'm really curious about because I've heard it's dragons and vampires together, and I really want to know how those two things combine. I think that's it, other than I may try and read some classics. I'd love to read Frankenstein again, and also Dracula again. And I kind of want to dual read Dracula and Carmilla, which is the book that kind of inspired Dracula. So I would love to read those at the same time and actually take notes. I've read both of them before, Dracula multiple times, but I haven't ever actually studied them together. So yeah, very curious. Maybe I'll do that. But other than that, I think that's it for my TBR. That's kind of a lot of books, for me at least. Especially with the slump that I've been in. So that is everything I have. Have you read any of these books? Do you have any of them on your TBR? Let me know. Let me know what you think of any of them if you have read them before. And if you're doing this Which Reads on Instagram, let me know what coven you're part of. I'm in necromancy. Yeah, thanks for spending time with me and going over my reading list for autumn. And I will see you in the next video.